last time what you said to me was that the Jews are not the people of the book. So are you taking that back?
I'm taking that back and I'm saying Jews.
Now I'm asking. So why did you in the first place? Why did you, knowing that the Jews are not the people, because you knew it then. Let's be honest with each other.
Yeah,
How many sects of the Ahmadi
Islam
are
and
there?
Ahmadiyya.
How many sects of the Ahmadi are there?
After Hazrat Mirza Ghulam
How
Muhammad,
many sects of the Ahmadi
I'm explaining it. After Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Muhammad died, there were 2 sects.
So you already have division. I did. I understand why you stopped recording.
Oh, I need to record it.
The reason I understand why you stopped recording. The reason that you stopped recording was because you made an argument that wasn't true.
What?
The argument. I'll tell you now.
Yeah,
so you have to give me the space to say the words.
Yeah.
The reason you need Jesus to die is you have to explain why a guy called Ghulam Mirza Ahmed, who was from India, how he can claim to be the Messiah. Not just the Messiah. He claimed to be a prophet. He claimed to be the Messiah. He claimed to be Krishna. He claimed to be Buddha. He claimed to be all of these things. He claimed to be them, yes?
Yes.
And he claimed to be the Mahdi.
Isa did actually die.
No. Okay,
what happened was that he migrated towards the east.
He didn't go to Kashmir, brother.
He went towards VI 13.
I want a reference.
This is the reference.
This is the reference. It's not the reference.
This is the reference.
Hadith number.
Bro, we're just having this talk. I'm quickly just telling you.
It's nice to have a conversation that other Ahmadis will realise how wrong you are and inshallah come back to the truth.
If you're going to put a mic on me, it's only me and him there.
If there's a mic here as well.
Yeah, if there's a mic, then
no problem. Go ahead.
If there's a mic.
Okay. So why don't we go back to the verse first?
So the verse 4. So chapter 4, 160. The attempt to make the word we believe in it before his death means. So you're saying it means we'll believe in him, Jesus, before Jesus' death.
Tell me
it's
what
simply
you.
ridiculous.
Why don't you? Okay, just making that statement is not going to help you because you need to explain the verse.
What it means,
okay.
the verse itself means the pronoun it in the clause believe in it stands for the false belief referred to in the preceding verse that Jesus met his death on the cross. So what he's saying is that Jesus did not die on the cross.
So explain the verse, brother.
So the verse signifies that both Jesus.
No, 1 second. Because what you're doing, brother, with respect, you're just reading me a tafsir you got from some Ahmadis and their explanation of whatever information you have. Wait a second, let me finish the point that I'm making, and then you can respond to me, isn't it?
Okay,
because if you don't, because what you're doing, I'm telling you that it's not helpful. I'm telling you why.
No, bro, I just want to finish this verse off.
Let's have the conversation, okay? Because if you just come at me and read stuff to me, it's not going to help.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to understand the verse that we discussed last time, right?
Yes.
Let's read the verse, and then you can try and tell me what you think it means, and I want you to give me some evidence from that. Now, if you're going to give me a tafsir from someone or a Qadiani explanation, for me that's not going to be useful.
No, because I've asked other people as well.
I'm not interested in the asking.
And they agree with it.
I'm not asking about other people. And I'm not interested in other people.
And I believe this to be truth as well.
And we have a disagreement about what the verse is.
Okay, but can I tell you what?
So what? 1 second. Let's read the verse, and then we can go from here. So let's read the verse. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're reading chapter 4, verse 157 to 159. Yeah.
Yeah. Once.
Okay. So let's have a read. Yeah.
159, but it's Islam will be 160. So chapter 4.
Okay. Okay, so this is it. Here it is, yeah. And for their boasting, we killed the Messiah, Jesus, son of Mary, the messenger of God. But they neither killed him nor crucified him, but it appeared so. Yeah. Even those who argue for this crucifixion are in doubt. They have no knowledge whatsoever, only making assumptions. They certainly did not kill him. So, neither killed him nor crucified him, certainly did not kill him. Rather, God raised him up to himself, the Almighty, the All-Wise. And then every one of the people of the book, this is the verse you're trying to explain now, every one of the people of the book will definitely believe in him before his death. Do you understand? So, and on the day of judgment, Jesus will be a witness against them. Okay, now that's the verse you're trying to explain. Every one of the people of the book will definitely believe in him before his death. And on the day of judgment, Jesus will be a witness against them. what you said to me was last time and I said the people of the book are the Jews and the Christians.
Yeah, I agree.
Last time you didn't agree with me.
Okay, that's fine, but now I agree.
So last time what you said to me was that the Jews are not the people of the book.
Yeah.
So are you taking that back?
So I'm taking that back and I'm saying
Okay.
Jews
Now I'm asking.
and Christians.
So why did you in the first place? Why did you, knowing that the Jews are not the people, because you knew it then. Let's be honest with each other.
Yeah, I agree with
You knew at that time that the Jews are the people of the book, but you didn't admit that yes, this includes the people of the book. So why was that first? Tell me.
Okay, so because I thought that the saying of this translation to this verse basically means that we're believing in him, Jesus, before his death. That's what I thought.
No. The question I asked you was, are the Jews the people of the book?
People of the book, yes.
Okay, but at the time you said no, knowing the answer is yes, because I know you knew it was yes.
Yeah.
But when we were having a conversation, you said no. So for me, when I'm talking to you, the question that comes up is this guy going to be sincere or not going to be sincere? You understand?
Of course, I understand.
Yeah? So now you're saying that you do believe that the Jews are part of the people of the book, yeah?
People of the book, yes.
Okay, so now you need to explain this, and I want you to explain the verse. Don't just read out statements that other people have told you to read, yeah? So let me read the verse to you when. Every one of the people of the book will definitely believe in him before his death. Referring to who? Jesus, peace be upon him. So you tell me how you explain that.
So what it is, when Jesus was on the cross, Jews have a concept of how Jesus died, right? Christians also have a concept of how Jesus died. The concept of the Jews is that Jesus was cursed. Because he was a cursed man, he died on the cross. So that's their understanding. For Christianity, their understanding is that Jesus, he died on the cross and then resurrected. Muslims, they believe what happened on the cross to Jesus was that he was risen up alive. But if you see the Islam and Ahmadiyya, what they believe is that Jesus did not die on the cross, he did not resurrect on the cross, nor does he sit at the right hand of God, and nor did he go up alive. What happened was he came off the cross. He came off the cross just like a normal human being, and he died as a human being.
So brother, you're not answering the question I've asked you.
So this...
You're not answering the question I've asked you. You're not answering the question that I've asked you.
So this is what the verse actually means.
Brother, you're not answering the question I've asked you.
I am, but your understanding is that...
The question is not, it's not saying, look, read the verse. And I want you to stick to the verse.
Yeah,
because it's very important.
Verse 4,
159.
chapter 160, Islam and Ahmadiyya, and Sunni Quran 159.
So the verse is this: every one of the people of the book will definitely believe in him before his death.
Yes.
Now what you've done, one second, what you're saying to me, it's about the believing in the way he died.
Died, yes.
Okay, that's not what the verse is saying.
Okay, but that's your understanding.
No. The verse is saying that every one of the people of the book will believe in him. Believe in him before his death.
Yeah.
Not believe that in the way he died or he didn't die, is believe in him. Now what I want to understand is, why are you changing this meaning to try and reconcile it with your belief? Yes, keep it low and raise it up rather than sticking it in the face. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Right. Or you can give it to him. You can hold it. Okay, yeah, you hold it. Yeah. That might be nicer. Yeah. That's all right. No problem.
Okay, so according to a hadith, Sahih hadith, Ubeza Jar'ir, volume 13, it says, the attempt to make the word, we believe in it before his death, meaning believe in him, Jesus, before Jesus' death, is simply ridiculous. The context spawns the idea, as does the second reading of the expression, Mu'tah, his death, their death. This is reported by Ubay Jarir, volume 13. So this is a Sahih hadith.
So you haven't given me a reference. You're just, one second.
I've given you the reference.
So what do you think this means?
Ubay Jarir,
so what do you think this means?
13.
Let me get you understand. What do you think it means?
So what it actually means is that...
No, what do you think that it means?
What I think it means is that the Jews, people of the book, the Christians, the people of the book, have a concept of how Jesus died.
But it's not what it's saying, though.
This is what we believe. This is what the context is saying.
You're conflating.
Can I finish finish you off? Can I finish you
Yeah,
off?
you
please?
can go ahead.
So the wording itself is basically saying that the Jews and the Christians have a concept of what happened to Jesus when he's death. They believe, on his cross. So they believe that Jesus was risen up alive.
Okay, brother, you know what you're saying? The words you're saying are, you're talking about a concept of death is incorrect between the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims. This is what your claim is, right? The verse is not talking about a concept of death.
No, it is.
Let me explain to you. So the verse says that the people of the book, every one of the people of the book, will definitely believe in him before his death. You're saying the word is it's, not him.
Yeah, it is
And
death.
you're saying that it,
Is death.
in what? They will believe in his death?
In his death, yes. So what they believe when he was on the cross, Jesus, they believe was a cursed man. So he died on the cross. Christians, they believe that he died for 3 days and resurrected after 3 days of the night.
Okay, 1 second. So
This concept
one,
is
1 second. Let me
wrong.
Let
This
me,
concept
let me
is
get your
wrong.
understanding, because you're giving some of your belief. So you're saying that the verse is saying that every one of the people of the book
Yeah.
will believe in
Jesus on the cross,
no.
death,
That Jesus died on the cross.
Yes.
Before his death.
before his death, yes,
Whose death?
of Jesus.
You understand what you're saying now? I'm going to
Yes.
say it slowly to you so
Yes,
it goes in.
yes, yes.
You're saying that every one of the people of the book will
Yes.
believe in the death of Jesus
Yes.
before his death.
Okay. Yes, because they all have a concept of how Jesus died on the
No.
cross.
I will say it slowly for you,
Yeah.
so you understand the words that I'm saying to you.
Okay. And I'll explain after.
Okay. Your claim you're making now that this is referring to the death of Jesus on the cross, that all of the people, every one of the people of the book, will believe in his death. It's his death before his death.
So can I answer it? Can I
Yeah,
answer
please,
now, yeah?
please answer.
So what we say is this verse basically means before Jesus' death, when Jesus died,
No.
yeah, before
Stick
Jesus'
to the
death,
verse, please. The word in the
okay,
verse.
before Jesus' death,
Yeah.
okay, they believe when he was on the cross, the Jews believe, not I have to answer it. The Jews, they believe when he was on the cross, he was a cursed man. So he died as a cursed man. This is what the Jews believe, which is wrong. Christians, the people of the book, they believe that Jesus died on the cross and died for the sins. And he resurrected after 3 days, 3 nights. But what Islam teaches is that Jesus was not crucified, nor was he slew on the cross.
Okay, so
but what happened was
I
God saved
understand
him.
you. I understand.
No,
your
can I
belief.
finish up?
Okay,
Can I finish
yeah,
up?
sure.
What happened was that he died as a natural death, and what was risen was his soul. It was not his body.
Brother, you're just preaching now. You're
So
not
this is-
giving evidence.
this is what we
Yeah,
believe.
I understand what you believe, but
Yeah.
you're not talking about the verse. Because what you're saying to me is this: that the Jews have an erroneous concept of Jesus, yeah, and the reason for him being crucified, and the Christians have an erroneous concept of Jesus and the reason that he was crucified. And
Right.
when it says that every one of the people of the book will not believe in him, or it, you say it, that it refers to the concept of why he was crucified, yes? Before his death, yes? And you agree with me his death is the death of Jesus, peace be upon him? Do you agree with me that his death is the death of Jesus, peace be upon him?
They're speaking about the death of Jesus.
Okay.
Yes.
So every
Yes,
one of the
they're
people
speaking
of the
about
book,
death of Jesus.
every one of the people of the book will believe in him or it before the death of Jesus.
What this concept is saying is that
Well, you're contradicting yourself
I'm a person.
because you're saying that they will believe in his death before his death. Because you're saying that it, in the sentence in your translation, you're saying that it refers to the reason for his death.
Okay, so what we believe is that one
I
day.
don't want to hear what you believe. I want you to explain the discussion we're having.
Okay, I have explained to you what that verse means, but what
No,
you're
you
trying to
haven't.
refer is to that Jesus did not die on the cross and he was risen up alive.
No.
Is that your concept?
We are discussing the verse that we have an issue with.
No, but
You came to me to say that last time, the verse that we spoke about, 159, every one of the people of the book will believe in him before his death. You came to me explain that because in that conversation we talked about the people of the book includes the Jews and the Christians.
Yes.
And
yes.
the Jews reject Jesus, peace be upon him, so they don't believe in him. And therefore this verse is a prophecy that has yet to be fulfilled. And it proves that Jesus, peace be upon him, has not died, because this prophecy awaits to be fulfilled. Now your way of circumventing this, you came to me. At that time, you said to me that you didn't include the Jews in as the people of the book. Now you've come back and you've retracted that statement. You said yes, they are part of the people of the book, but you're giving me a different explanation for the first portion. Every one of the people of the book will believe in it. That's what you're saying. Before his death, you're saying that it is the death of Jesus.
Yes, definitely.
So what you're saying to me then, every one of the people of the book will believe in the death of Jesus before his death. That's a contradiction in our language, even speaking to you. Do you understand?
Okay, so I understand what you're trying to say.
Okay.
You're basically trying to refer this context as in that Jesus still has not died.
No.
Because you believe.
You're not hearing what I'm saying.
So can I answer, please?
Yeah.
Because you don't believe that Jesus did not die,
No.
your concept of this verse is always going to be referring to something that is completely out of context. So what we find is that this verse is only saying
Brother,
regarding
you're
the
preaching.
people of the book,
Sure.
that the Jews and the Christians have a concept of how he died. So Jews, they believe that Jesus died of a cursed death. The Christians, they believe that Jesus was resurrected. He died on the cross for our sins. So you see, this is the concept which is false. So what Islam is saying,
Let me clarify
you can
question.
answer,
Clarifying question.
now.
Clarifying question.
Let me answer, please. Let me clarify. Yes, let me clarify. So
How can you clarify if I can't tell you what the clarification I need is?
So the thing is, what we have to understand is, if you can prove to me that Jesus did not die according to the Quran and he was risen up alive bodily, then we can go back to this verse. But what I want you to do is to give me a verse where it shows that Jesus did not die and he was risen up alive.
Okay.
This is what I want to understand.
So your name was Muhammad, wasn't it?
Yes, but if you can answer this question, then we can move on
The
forward.
verse we are talking about is that verse. The verse we are talking about.
But that verse does not
I'll explain to you.
explain
I'll
that
explain
Jesus
to you.
did not die.
Every one of the people of the book will believe in him before his death. The Jews do not believe in Jesus, peace be upon him.
Yes, they do not believe in his death.
No.
What happened to his real death? Which is that he died in Kashmir.
This is tahrif. You're changing the meaning of the apparent meaning of the word clearly.
No, because this is what the Hadiths and the Quran teaches us.
Let me explain to you. The Hadiths don't teach this. No, the Quran teaches this.
And I can give you Hadiths and the Quran
we're talking,
verses.
One second.
Can I give you
one
afterwards?
second? No, because
I'll give it to you
your
afterwards.
explanation is not making sense. You're saying that before someone dies, the people will believe in his death. Every one of the people of the book will believe in it. You say that is his death. Before his death. This is a contradiction.
But Jesus has died. Let's say hypothetically. Let's just imagine that Jesus actually did die.
One second. You're misunderstanding.
Let's just think that.
Let's read the verse.
No, for argument's sake, let's just say
let's
Jesus
not
did
have an
die.
argument's sake. I don't do argument's sake.
Okay, no
let's
problem.
read the verse.
Yes.
Every one of the people of the book will believe in him before his death. In your translation, believe in it before his death. You're saying that it is the death of Jesus.
Yes,
Yes?
it's for Jesus.
Okay. So here now the sentence. Everyone will believe in it, the death of Jesus, before his death.
Okay, I want you to.
How can you believe in the death of Jesus before he dies? Tell me. Before he dies.
So as I said, Jesus is dead. One.
Brother, you're missing the verse.
Look, can I finish off? One, Jesus is dead, and two, the thing is how Jesus died. This question.
You're not answering the question.
I am answering the question. You are being misled to believe that Jesus was saved and he's still alive.
You're changing the topic.
Okay, do you believe that he's still alive?
I want you to stick to the verse in the Quran that we were talking about.
I have explained to you what the Quran words is meaning.
You're not. I want you to explain the verse that we're talking about. Believe in him or it before his death. Okay, this portion. Believe in him or in your translation it before his death. You're saying that it is the death of Jesus. You agree with this? Okay. I want you to tell me how the Jews and the Christians believed in the death of Jesus before Jesus died. Explain to me.
So the Jews believe
Before Jesus died.
So before Jesus died, he was on the cross. Because this was clearly also saying that they are speaking about Jesus dying before his death. So that also shows.
Speaking about.
That also shows that Jesus did not die on the cross. Right or wrong?
Wrong.
So they are saying before Jesus' death, there's a concept that the people of the book have.
No. We're not talking, no concepts. I'll read it to you again because this is important.
So the Jews do not believe that Jesus was
And for
cursed.
boasting, we killed the Messiah, Jesus, son of Mary, the messenger of God.
Yeah, that's
but they
what he's
neither
saying.
killed him nor crucified him.
Yes, that's what the Quran says.
It only appeared so. Even those who argue for his crucifixion are in doubt. They have no knowledge whatsoever, only making assumptions. Certainly they did not kill him. Rather, God raised him up to himself.
Yes.
And God is almighty, all wise. This is the verse we're talking about now. Every one of the people of the book will definitely believe in him before his death. You're saying that this is saying that every one of the people of the book will believe in the death of Jesus.
Well, I have a concept of the death of
No,
Jesus.
it doesn't say concept of the death of Jesus,
It
brother.
says, it does.
Where does it
Same
say concept of it?
Because that's what we know.
No.
If you see the Jews, they have a concept of how Jesus died.
No, this is the
If
problem.
you see the Christians, you see they have
So
the
when
concept of
in
how
my
Jesus
conversations
died.
that I have with people from your faith, the Ahmadi faith,
You're
whenever I wait a
you're
second, let me
misinterpreting
just say
the Quran
something.
wrongly.
Wait a
This is the
second.
problem.
Wait a second.
Because you believe that Jesus
Wait
did
a
not
second.
die.
In every conversation that I have with people from your background, Qadianis, Ahmadis, often what I see is they will take something and they'll change what it means.
No, you're changing
Wait,
it.
so
Because
no,
you don't have no guidance.
You're saying-
Islam and Ahmadiyya, we have guidance
Okay,
from the
let's
Messiah.
talk to each other.
We have
Let's
no,
talk.
let me speak now. Because you haven't let me speak at all.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
We as Islam and Ahmadiyya, we have a Khilafah, we
I
have
disagree.
a Khalifa, we have a leader,
I
we have
disagree.
one man that leads the whole Jamaat.
There are two- I
No
don't know.
matter if in
I
Africa,
disagree.
Asia, America,
It's not true.
Israel,
It's not true.
any part of Asia.
How many sects of
He
that?
teaches
How many-
the whole, I mean, he
Brother,
unites the
you're
whole
respectfully-
Ummah. We are an Ummah.
Okay, first thing.
You are divided.
Okay, first thing. First thing.
You haven't got
first,
Khilafah.
calm down, relax.
No,
Let's
let
have
me
a-
explain. You
No,
haven't
you
let me explain.
I need to respond to your words.
You have your own
One
mosques.
second, just calm down.
One second. You have-
One second, calm down. Let me have two sentences.
You have your own
Brother, you're
mosque
talking over
and you
me.
all are divided.
No.
This is why we see there's so much division
How
within
many?
the Sunni sect.
How many sects of the Ahmadiyya?
Islam
are
and
there? How
Ahmadiyya-
How many sects of the Ahmadiyya are there?
After Hazrat Mirza Ghulam
How many
Muhammad-
sects of the
Yeah, I'm
Ahmadiyya?
explaining it.
I want you to
After
answer
Hazrat
this
Mirza Ghulam Muhammad died, there were two sects.
So you already have division.
But
You're-
now
the
it's
whole-
only
wait,
one.
no, no.
But now it's
No,
only
there's
one.
not. There's still two divisions.
There was division even after Muhammad
Wait a
Sallallahu
second.
Alaihi Wasallam.
No. Your argument that you
Division
made. No, hang on a
came-
sec. 1 second,
No,
brother.
let me
You're
answer.
ta-
But you don't
you're
let me
talking-
answer.
But you're talking over me.
Yeah, but
Just
you
give me
don't
2
let me
seconds.
Bro,
You-
please, 1 second.
Just give me two. What you're doing is you're talking over me. You made a secondary argument that was irrelevant to our topic about a proof that you are misguided. I understand why you stopped recording.
Bro, I need the recording.
The reason I understand why you stopped recording. The reason that you stopped recording was because you made an argument that wasn't true.
What?
The
What was
argument,
not true?
I'm telling you now.
Yeah,
I'm
explain to me.
so
What
you
was
have
not
to
true?
give me the space to say the words.
Yeah, tell me what was not
Otherwise,
true.
you're not going to get understanding.
Go on, what was
So
not
you
true?
said that you are only the Ahmadiyya upon guidance because they are united and they.
And they have a Khilafah.
And then you said you are divided.
Divided, yes.
Okay, that was an
Yes,
argument.
Sunni sect is divided.
You hang on a sec.
Sufi,
1 second.
Wahhabis,
Hear
Barelvis,
hear the conversation.
there's so many
Hear
Sunni
the
sects,
conversation.
35.
Hear the conversation.
Saudi Arabian, Pakistani.
hear the conversation.
In
Don't run.
Afghanistan, in
Don't
Iraq,
run.
in Iran.
Don't
All
run.
different Sunni sects.
Don't run. Hear the conversation. Hear the conversation. The Ahmadiyya are divided.
How?
Lahori Ahmadiyya.
They're finished.
They
were
do-
after what they believed was
Hang on a
Lahori
sec. 1
believed
second.
in the promised Messiah.
Well, hang on a
They
sec.
said the Messiah has come, but
Wait
they
a
did
second.
not believe in the
Wait a
Khilafah.
second. Wait a second.
That's why
One
now
second.
you see it's
1
finished.
second. No. Ahmadiyya divided. Now your whole argument, like a pack of cards, falls down. So the reason that you can claim guidance is not because of people dividing on opinions. It doesn't work because that's not how truth is established. The truth is established Quran and the Sunnah, the saying of the Prophet peace
Yeah,
upon
the
him.
Quran and the
Okay.
Sunnah teaches that,
Okay.
that Isa ibn Maryam died on the
I will give you evidence. So one evidence is this.
And he also says-
I will give you evidence. You want to hear evidence?
I'll
I
give you
will
evidence where he died.
No. I
Because
don't
you
want
haven't
to
given me evidence. You haven't given me any evidence that Jesus did not die.
I will tell you.
I'm asking you to give me evidence that Jesus did not die and was risen alive up in heaven. I'll explain
The
to you.
Quran
Show
is
me.
everyone.
Show me.
Every one of the people of the book will believe in him before his death. Talking about Jesus, peace be upon him. The Jews do not believe in the death of Jesus. In
They
Jesus.
do. They believe that Jesus
Listen to my
was a cursed man and he
listen,
died
listen
on the
to my
cross.
words. Listen to my words. Every one of the people of the book will believe in him before his death. The Jews reject Jesus, peace be upon him. Yes.
The death of Jesus.
No.
The death
Believe.
of Jesus.
No. Before his death, Before his death. Okay, tell me what before his death means.
What you're doing
What does
is twisting
before
up
his
words
death-
and giving the translation of this verse
What
in the
does
wrong manner.
what does before his death mean?
What I've told you,
Brother, what does before his death mean?
before his death is speaking about the death of Jesus.
Before his death,
Before his death,
what will happen before his death?
before his death, he was put on the cross.
No. What does the verse say? What does the Quran say?
This is what the Quran is saying.
Tell me what it says
The
about
Quran is saying before
everyone.
Jesus died, where he died in the spring valleys in the east, before his death, when he was on the cross, the Jews, they have a concept of how Jesus died.
Where does this concept come from, brother?
The Jews have a concept that Jesus died as a
What does the Quran say? Everyone.
The Quran.
I'm quoting the
is
Quran to you
saying
now. Have some
that-
respect. Listen, everyone of the people of the book, that's Jews and Christians, will believe in him, Jesus peace be upon him, before his death. The Jews do not believe in Jesus peace be upon him. We agree. They don't believe in him.
They have a concept.
They don't
of
believe in him as the Messiah. They don't believe in him.
About how believe
They
him as
don't
Messiah.
believe it. They don't
He's not
believe in
speaking
him.
about
They
that.
don't believe in him.
He's not speaking about that.
And so this prophecy is unfulfilled.
Okay, let me ask
So
you.
what you're doing to me, what you've come to it is you've changed the believe in him. You've changed it to believe in the concept of
Okay,
how he died.
Okay, look at this verse.
This is a different verse.
Chapter 5, 111.
Well, you haven't answered this question, bro.
110. No, because I have let's just ask this question. It says, and when I restrained the children of Israel for putting thee to death, showing God saved Jesus while he was put on the cross.
No.
This is a Quranic verse.
No. Where?
Quran is saying
Tell
that.
me where it says cross there.
It says, and when I restrained the children of Israel, the children of Israel.
I want to hear the word cross, brother. That's what I'm listening
I'm
for.
explaining to you.
No, not from your mouth, from the Quran.
Yes, from the Quran, what
So,
is meaning?
so say it. No, say the words.
It says, okay, well, the Arabic one. Let me give the Arabic one.
Just read the translation, brother. You don't speak Arabic anyway.
No, because then at least it's best to read it, because then the Arabic people understand. Yeah, he will understand because you probably won't understand.
But you're having a conversation with me.
Yeah, I know, but I want to explain it to you because.
So you were not able to explain to me why him means concept of death and not him, and you want me to go to another verse that changes the topic. You haven't answered this very simple thing.
I've explained to you what he's speaking about.
Okay,
is the death
so
of Jesus.
let me. It's not you're not. It's incorrect. Let me give you context now. You need Jesus to die, peace be upon him. You need it in your religion. You have to have it. Why? Because you cannot explain why an Indian man in the 18th century claimed to be Isa. You cannot explain this. The only way to explain this.
East of Damascus.
The only. Wait a second. Hang on a
Look
second.
at the map.
The
East of
only way to
Damascus
explain.
is Qadiani.
Mohammed, listen to me.
White mineral.
The only way
East
to
of
explain.
Damascus.
No, this is
Check
the
the
only
map.
way to explain a non-Palestinian Jesus returning. The only way to explain this is by making sure that Jesus is dead. So you can bring any other person to make the claim that I am the Messiah. You have to believe in me. How about you're from Pakistan? You're from India. How can you be the Messiah?
Why not?
What does he say?
According to the thesis, according to Quran, we find that he has to come from east of Damascus. And he was also among the Persian, that is the people of Farsi. Because we find a thesis where it says, Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he put his hand on Imam Farsi and he said, when the Messiah comes, he will be among these people. This is a Sahih Hadith.
So are you saying that Ghulam Mirza Ahmad is from Persia?
His father was among the Persians, yes.
Is he from Persia?
Yes, he was from Persia. His dad was, and then he migrated towards India in Qadiani. And in Qadiani, this is where Allah Subhanahu wa Taala gave him, fulfilled his prophecies. One of his prophecies was that he was east of Damascus.
No, that's not. That's
Second,
not the prophecy. No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say east of Damascus.
East of Damascus,
it says
they are white mineral.
No, not mineral.
White mineral.
Not mineral. Minarets.
White minaret. Yes, white minaret.
What's the difference between minaret and mineral?
White minaret, and this is where east of Damascus is. Let's stay on topic.
This is no, you're not on topic already.
East of Damascus.
No,
you're
hang on a
understanding.
second. Brother, you're just shouting at me. I'm not going to have a conversation if you're shouting at me.
Okay, you explain to me. Where does it say Jesus did not die?
1 second. Number one, the people of the book will believe in him before his death. The Jews don't believe in Jesus, peace be upon him. So this means his prophecy is not fulfilled. Jesus has not died. Your answer to this question was what? Your answer to this question was it was the concept of death. Okay? Then I explained to you that the reason you need Jesus to die is you have to explain why a guy called Ghulam Mirza Ahmad, who was from India, how he can claim to be the Messiah. Not just the Messiah, He claimed to be a prophet. He claimed to be the Messiah. He claimed to be Krishna. He claimed to be Buddha. He claimed to be all of these things. He claimed to be them, yes?
Yes.
And he claimed to be the Mahdi. And we know. And so 1 second, I'm talking to you. 1
I
second.
can explain.
You can explain in 1 second. And we know that when Isa alayhi salam returned on the wing of two angels on the east side of the minaret in Damascus, his hair will be wet. The Salah will be being led by the Mahdi. And Isa alayhi salam will come. So first they are two separate people. And when the Salah will be led by the Mahdi, he will come. And Isa alayhi salam, and Mahdi will offer to leave the Salah, and he will say, no, I have come as a follower of the Prophet Muhammad. So now, this is from our hadith, from the hadith. Now, the reason you need Jesus, peace be upon him, to die is because you cannot explain this. And you cannot also explain why the Mahdi and Isa are not the same.
Let me speak about this verse. We're speaking about the death of Jesus, right?
I'm not interested. So you have not been able to explain the death of Jesus. You have not proven it.
I'll give you
what you need to do now is prove that the prophethood can continue.
Prophethood can continue. Yes.
Okay, because you've admitted that you can't, because you've not been able to explain the verse. Every one of the people of the book will believe in him before his death, referring to Jesus. You haven't been able to explain that. So now you have to prove the prophethood will continue after the prophet. So go for it. The floor is yours.
There is a Quranic verse which clearly says that Jesus, there can be a prophet after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Please explain.
There is a verse in the Quran which says that.
Give me the verse reference, please.
So I'll give you the verse reference. Surah Al-Imran, part 4. Surah Imran, chapter 4.
Surah Al-Imran 3.
Verse. Sorry.
Surah Al-Imran is verse 3.
Chapter 3, yes.
Yeah.
Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3.
What verse is it?
Verse, according to your one, will be 164. Islam 165. It says, لقد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لقد من الله على المؤمنين إذ بعث فيهم رسولا من أنفسهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين. It says, verily Allah has conferred a favor on the believers by raising among them a messenger from among themselves, who recites to them his signs and purifies them and teaches them the book and wisdom. And before that, they were surely in manifest error.
Okay.
So this is saying that Prophet can come after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
No.
There's another verse.
Let's do one at a time.
Okay.
One at a time.
Explain this.
So now, tell me in this verse where it says after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
So it is saying, among all certain times, always.
Anything you say, times after. I need some reference from the verse.
Sure.
Indeed, this is Surah 3:164. While you're finding your references, yeah. Indeed, God has done the believers a great favor by raising a messenger. Has done, past tense. Has done the believers.
No, it always does.
No.
It always does.
Indeed,
because then you're limiting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's
you need to establish
qualities.
You need to establish.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's
look for your reference.
power.
I'm just reading the verse out. Indeed, God has done the believers a great favor by raising a messenger from among them, reciting to them his revelation, purifying them and teaching the book and the wisdom. For indeed they have previously clearly been astray. And then it goes. And then what is this talking about? This is talking about the spoils of war. So if you go 2 verses back, so if you go 1 verse back, Surah 161, verse 161, it is not appropriate for a prophet to withhold the spoils of war, and whoever does so, it will be held against them on the day of judgment. Then every soul will be paid in full for what it has done. And those who seek God's pleasure, like those who deserve, are those who seek God's pleasure, like those who deserve God's wrath. Hell is their home, and evil is in their destination. And each have varying degrees in the sight of God, and God is all seeing of what they do. And then the prophet this prophet was a blessing. Indeed, God has done the believers a great favor by raising a messenger from among them, reciting to them his revelations and purifying them and teaching them the book and the wisdom. This verse does not help you. Tell me why it's talking about future prophets.
Because we also find another these.
This verse, please, brother.
Because okay.
You brought the verse. I didn't bring it. You said this verse talks about prophets coming after the prophet, peace be upon him. No word after. No word after. It's not there. And it says done. That indeed God has done the believers a favor. Past tense.
Sounds good because my mum told me.
This is basically saying, as I told you, that
Read the
in
verse,
every
brother.
I have told you. I've explained to you already
Read the
once.
verse.
But I have to keep explaining to you.
It doesn't say. Where does it after? Tell me where it says after.
So what he's saying.
Where does it say after?
What he's saying. Can I explain? What he's saying is saying all times.
Where is it saying?
This is what he's referring to.
No. Show me where it says.
You're
Among
making
his
your
people.
own interpretation.
Yes.
No, it's correct.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has
But
power
you can't go
to
by
bring
your own
prophet
interpretation.
the
You have to
verse-
follow
all
what...
Brother, the
times.
verse in
He's
the
bringing up his own. I am bringing
No,
my own
no,
as well.
I'm reading the-
So
I'm reading the
he
verse.
is
Not bringing up his own.
He is.
Indeed, God. I'm not reading this. None of these are my words.
This is your
Indeed,
words.
God has done.
Yes. This is a
The
commentary. of this-
believers. Translation of the Quran.
Yeah, this is commentary.
No.
This is what the translation.
Translation of the Quran. Not commentary.
Okay, it's not the translation. I'll tell you what the translation is.
Indeed, God has done.
Okay, so the thing
The
is, our
believers.
translation is different then. That's all it is.
No, it's not that.
Why?
You want more evidence? Let's have more evidence.
It says,
Okay.
verily Allah
You-
has conferred a favor on the believers
Yes.
by
Has
raising.
conveyed.
Has.
Will convey.
Has.
Has it future tense, past tense?
Now, past. I mean, present.
No. Has conveyed.
This is past.
Has can be present and past, but it
How can it
has. Like, he has just put his mic on the floor.
Yeah, so
Or
that's
he
past
has
tense.
just raised his
Yeah,
hand.
is
so
past.
he's
So
put,
has can be
is
present or it can be
past
past.
tense. You cannot say has put the mic
So-
on the Hang on a sec. Your even basic grammar you're missing, brother.
Yeah, so are you.
You're saying
You're saying
has
I
is
am, but I'm saying you are missing
done
your
is
grammar.
past tense.
I can say the same thing about you.
No.
Because this
You're not reading the
verse
verse.
is saying, among all people, his people, he will bring
I want to-
besides
You're saying will. It doesn't say will.
believers.
It says has.
Allah has conferred a favor on the believers by raising among them a messenger from
messenger.
among themselves,
Yes.
who recites to them his signs and purifies them and teaches them the book and wisdom. And before that, they were surely in manifest error.
So the has raised.
So we
Past
find
tense.
that there can be a messenger that can come.
This does not.
Also, another
Okay.
hadith. According to
If you
Muhammad
can't speak-
Sallallahu
Now
Alaihi
wait a second. Now wait a second. You don't go to another topic. Don't
We're
go
gonna
to
keep
another
on. We're gonna keep on arguing. You're gonna have your opinion. I'm gonna have my
It's not-
opinion.
It's not about opinion.
Your opinion is gonna be different to mine.
There's two
Yeah, this
things.
is a deal.
There's two things here. There's two things. One is you and me having a conversation. That's one thing. We're trying to understand each other. You're making your point, I'm making my point. The second thing, there are lots of people who are watching and listening to this.
Yeah, of
and I
course.
want them to understand, because anyone who reads the verse done, has, they
So-
know this is past tense.
Okay, so the thing
if you're
is-
claiming it's not, it doesn't look good, brother.
Okay, the
Right?
thing is-
Now I'm going to give you some
No,
evidence.
the thing
Okay,
is,
go on.
we also refer to another Quranic verse from the Holy Quran.
So you're
which
going to bring another verse
which
now?
says, Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is Khatam al-Nabiyyin.
Yes.
Now, the Khatam al-Nabiyyin basically means the teaching of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the Sunnah, and the Holy Quran itself cannot be changed. It cannot bring a new teachings on it. This is what Khatam al-Nabiyyin is referring to.
How do you know? So what is what?
So
what
your
does it really mean?
understanding as a sealer, Khatam al-Nabiyyin means seal. Seal of all prophets.
What does seal
But-
mean? What does seal mean?
Seal means the teaching, the Sunnah,
No.
the Quran.
No one come after
See,
Seal means the Sunnah.
you're putting your own spin
Yes,
to
the
it.
Sunnah, the teaching of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the Holy
Khalas,
Quran.
finish.
This
So
is what it
I want
means.
you to understand.
Because then
Let's
what you're
find
doing,
the verse, bring the
because then
verse.
what you're doing
Let's
is
bring the
going
verse.
against Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
No. So let's understand this.
Then you're saying that after Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they will not be the Messiah.
Let's use the
And
words.
then you're going against the deen. You're going against the teaching
You're
of
changing the
Muhammad
topics. So first we spoke about Surah 4:159. The people of the Jews, the people of the book, every one of the people of the book will believe in him before he's dead. And the Jews don't believe in him, so this establishes that Jesus, peace upon him, hasn't died because the Jews don't believe in him yet, but on his return they will. That's one
No,
point.
no.
Second
Yes,
point.
please
Second
go.
point. You brought this verse, and it's talking past tense.
No, it's not talking about past.
Has
It's among
it's
old
talking
nation,
past.
old times.
No, this is your claim. It's not from their
Because,
verse. There.
okay, let me give you another hadith. There's a hadith that says, Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, if my son Ibrahim was to live after me, he would have been a prophet.
Yes.
Also, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in another hadith says, when the Messiah, the Prophet Messiah will come, he will be Nabiullah. He said it 4 times. This is a hadith that no Arab person I can disagree with.
But there's a problem here.
No Arab man.
Let me tell you. So what does the Prophet said? I'm gonna give you the statements of the Prophet. Okay, the Prophet. Because one of the first thing here is, do you want to deal with the verse or you want to talk about the hadith? You tell me. I'll let you decide.
I want you to tell me, okay, there are so many different hadiths and in the Holy Quran which teaches that Isa did actually die.
None of them do.
Because the thing is,
So
if we do not
changing
believe,
yourself.
because if we see, even in the Quran, it says, Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, before he died, he said, remember the time when all the messengers before me died. All the messengers.
So, and what?
It also says in the Quran, all living soul will suffer death.
Yes.
So we cannot exclude the death of Jesus.
We're not
All
excluding
these
that.
verses
Okay.
are showing that Isa
So
did actually die.
No. Okay,
What happened was that he migrated towards the east.
He didn't go to Kashmir, brother.
He went towards Baghdad. He went towards Iran.
Brother,
he went towards
rather than preach at me,
he went towards Afghanistan.
rather than preach at
Then he
me,
came to India and Kashmir.
rather than preach at me, let's have a conversation, okay?
And
All
Kashmir
right?
is where he died.
Yeah, I understand that you believe these footprints are there and
And
everything.
this is where he changed his name to Yahushua.
Okay, all right.
Isa, this is why we see that people say that his name is Yahushua.
So the reason I want to understand now.
Yeah, he changed his
Okay,
name.
so the reason the Bible says Yeshua is because he went to Kashmir and changed his name.
He changed his name in Kashmir. Yes.
Okay, no problem.
Because
Let's-